What's up everybody, Poo Dooku here with your first actual video. Now as I stated on Wednesdays, you're going to get the feed, and I'm about to feed you right now with some great news. Now this video is going to be short and to the point because I want you to get a nice little taste this week of what my videos are going to be. And with that, I want you to know that these videos could be longer, they could be shorter, we could have more interesting topics, less interesting topics, controversial topics, but that's always going to change. And it's really going to rely on what I'm really interested in and what you're interested in. So if you're liking these videos, if you're enjoying what I have to say, please comment down below. Please hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you want to hear about and what you want to talk about so that we can make it happen. Now, my first story is going to revolve around Pokemon. And Pokemon is something that I've really liked over the years, but I do not say I've ever been like a Pokemaniac or whatever you want to say. Pokemaniac, yeah, Pokemon. You know, I've never been like that, but I've enjoyed the show. I don't keep up with it. There's a lot of seasons I haven't seen. The original series, I'm pretty sure I've seen every episode in my younger years. Between then and now, I'm pretty sure I've seen every episode, but don't quote me on that. The games, I believe I played every iteration of the game, at least one of them. You know, I don't think I've ever played like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. You know, but I've at least played Emerald. I've at least played, I've played Gold, I've played Blue, I've played Y, I've played at least one of each of the games. So I think I can at least call myself a Pokemon fan for loving the show and loving the games when they come out. I mean, I have much bigger passions, and I've bought consoles just for one type of game, and honestly got bored of them and sold them after I finished the game and got everything I wanted from it. And I haven't done that with Pokemon. I know there is people out there that have done it, but with that out of the way, just to let you know, that's how I'll pick my stories on the feed. I'll kind of assess what I like, see what's in the news, find some good articles, and kind of just see what they have to say, and then throw my opinion in there. And what I found on Kotaku is actually pretty awesome. It turns out that in the new Sun and Moon, your Pokemon are all going to have certain types, just like they always have. And I'm pretty sure they're going to add some new types. In fact, I think someone told me they added a new type. I forgot what it is, but that's not what the story's about, so it's okay that I forgot. What they are adding is you can take, say you have like a rock type, a ground type, you can switch it to an ice type. And when I read that, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's going to get like some status buffs. You can still use your ground attacks, but certain attacks aren't going to affect you anymore. Like water's not going to one-hit kill you and stuff like that. And as I kept reading, it's a lot more than that. Your Pokemon will actually change appearance to what type you change it to. And that is awesome. And then I kept reading, and when they evolve, they keep changing. Now, they still look like their basic form, but they definitely have some new features to them. And the one that I saw, oh man, it was just awesome. I loved it, and I can't wait to do that myself. And seeing this, it really makes me happy because I'm late to the game. I just finished Omega Ruby. I went through it, beat the Elite Four, beat Steven, and then caught some legendaries, all the legendary dogs, stuff like that. The ones that I like, the ones that I grew up thinking, oh man, those are cool. Not really much of the new ones. But Omega Ruby kind of let me down. Not in the fact of the gameplay. I mean, Pokemon is always solid. Pokemon is always going to be a good game. But I felt that, first off, I felt that X and Y had a lot more of a challenge to it than Omega Ruby did. I felt like Omega Ruby is just one of those games where you just run through it so you can get to the end and start collecting all the Pokemon and start breeding. I don't like that. That's a little boring. And two, yeah, they put in the primal reversion for 2 of the legendaries, and they put in the Poke Finder, which I didn't really like. I felt like I was cheating. I felt like I had way too much of an upper hand, and I had no interest in breeding whatsoever in that game because I could just play until I find a Pokemon that is as strong as I need it to be. And I don't know, it was fun at first. I was like, man, I'm really going to get a strong team right off the bat. But then after a while, it's like, why would you put that in there when one of the main reasons people play your game is to look for these strong Pokemon and to breed for these strong Pokemon. But those are the new things I saw that they put in there, and they're alright. They helped it a little bit, but other than that, it just felt like X and Y 2.0. It didn't feel like they really added anything to the series that was just a game changer. I mean, X and Y came out, and it was a super game changer. First of all, that beautiful 3D. I loved it, and I really love the 2D. And if they make another 2D game, I will not complain because I love 2D games. But the 3D was just awesome. Seeing those Pokemon in 3D, it was great. Seeing them move a little bit more when they attack, it was great. But as far as the gameplay, adding in, you know, the different types and the Mega Evolutions, I felt like that was just an amazing game in the series because they added so much to the battle system and things like that, and I loved it. Now, like I said, I'm not a Pokemon maniac. I'm pretty sure the Pokemaniacs in the world can tell you that I'm completely wrong and that it wasn't that big of a change. It wasn't that much to add, and that's fine. If I'm wrong, it's okay. But in my personal opinion, I felt that was a strong entry because they added a lot of stuff. And I just didn't feel that with Ruby. But after reading this article and seeing the different articles that they're adding to this game, I mean, this one's looking like it's actually going to be like an upgrade to the Pokemon games. I mean, first of all, the graphics are still going to be 3D, but they're looking better than ever. Your trainer, like yourself and the trainer you're battling, is going to be on screen during the battle. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. It's going to be the closest thing to the TV show that I think we got just because of that. And then the whole fact that not only are they taking the Hawaiian setting like they usually do, they take, like, you know, the city settings and the rural settings and the tropical settings. Not only are they taking that to base the world upon, they're actually taking the culture of it, and the whole reason why you go out and get your Pokemon, you go battle and you prove yourself, is because that's what you do to enter, I guess you would call, adulthood, to gain your acceptance into adulthood. And that's pretty cool. That's going to add a pretty big feature to the game, and I honestly hope that you can lose these gym battles. I mean, this is completely off topic, but I would love to lose this gym battle, have to wait a certain amount of time, and then go back and prove myself again. And I know in every Pokemon game, when you lose a gym battle, you go back to the hospital and you get your Pokemons, you get them all healed up, and then you go back. I understand that, and yes, you got to go back and prove yourself. But I mean, like an actual like someone comes up, your dad, your mama, whoever it is, and tells you you've dishonored the family because you didn't do it, or something like that. Like that would bring something to the game that would really, really drive me to make my Pokemon as strong as possible in between every gym, because that's what I want. I want the strongest Pokemon. I want to make my culture, my people, you know, happy. That's pretty cool, and I guess that's a little off topic, but hey, these are my videos. I get as far topic as I want. Now, on to my second and last feed. I chose this one, and I haven't actually got to play Overwatch yet, but all the videos I've been watching on channels like Funhouse and Achievement Hunter and many other channels, it's looking amazing. I really want to get a next-gen console or a gaming PC just for this game. It looks like everything I've been wanting from a first-person shooter for a very, very long time. And this article is really just it's locking that thought in until I got to a certain point, and I'll explain right now. I entitled this feed the National Overwatch Olympics. Why did I name it this? Because Blizzard has released a new crate, and crates within the game allow you to use in-game currency to open up crates and get new skins, get new voice lines, to get emotes, to get intros, to get these spray paint things that are pretty cool. And, you know, of course, there's rare ones, there's common ones, there's just a whole bunch of cool stuff, and especially with the skins. I love skins in video games, especially when you can earn them themselves. That really, really drives me to keep playing a game so I can get a skin that I really want, especially with a game this new, and they're going to get all these, like I'm going to talk about right now, all these updates for different skins. That's pretty cool. And back to the story at hand. As I read on PaceMagazine.com, Blizzard has made new crates that within them have Olympic themed skins and lines and intros and spray paints and things such as that, and it's going to be called the Summer Games 2016, if I recall. Let me see. Yeah, the Summer Games 2016, and that's pretty cool. And I thought it was awesome. I was like, oh man, what are they doing? Collaborating with the Olympics, even cooler. And then it said that you got to pay $1.99 for these crates of your actual money, your greenbacks, what you went out to earn today when you went to work. You have to use that to buy these crates. Every other crate, you don't have to do that. But these specifically are $2 a pop. Mind you, they're all randomized. And yes, there's a lot of games out there that do it. But until now, you never had to do that with Overwatch. I mean, Overwatch didn't even cost full price. It was a $40 game unless you got the Origins edition. And they promised free DLC and free updates and stuff like that. I mean, this game was literally the perfect game for a gamer on the budget. If you had enough money to get your Xbox One and then get this game, that's amazing. Because you can literally get everything you want out of it for free. That's awesome. All you gotta do is play the game and you get cool stuff. That's great. I love that. I love that so much. And honestly, I'm not downing anyone that will pay the $2 for the crate. And I'm not downing Blizzard for doing the $2 for the crate. I'm just a little upset because gamers like me, I mean, we have responsibilities, and sometimes our budgets don't reflect being able to buy a couple of $2 crates. You know, those $2 need to go to something a little bit more important, no matter what that is. And you know, there's also a lot of, which they shouldn't be playing it, but you know, there's a lot of children out there playing this game as well, and they don't have $2 to put in these crates, especially when they're randomized, and super especially when this is a limited time thing. What happens when it goes away and the people that didn't have, what if you got to do it, it's all randomized, so it's all by chance. So say you got to do it 100 times before you get the skin you want, and they only get to do it 99 times. So they just wasted all of that money for nothing because they weren't able to scrounge up an extra $2 in time to hit that 100th crate and get their skin. Now it's completely metaphorical, you know. I'm pretty sure you can get it within 1 crate, you can get it in 5 crates, you can get it in 200 crates. But the point of it is that, what if your budget just runs out, you know, before the timer of this runs out? And once it goes away, it's gone. And there's a lot of people out there that have that Pokemon, you know, mentality, that OCD mentality, that once this stuff comes out, they have to get everything. You know, with the regular game, it's fine. You just keep playing. Just play, get better, open more crates, and get all the skins and intros and all that stuff that you want. But now that you have to pay $2 a crate, that kind of upset me a little bit. But I was like, hey, wait a minute. They have to be sponsoring like athletes or sponsoring something. This has to be intertwined with the Rio Olympics somehow, right? Wrong. It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with it other than the fact it's taking advantage of what's happening to really get these crates to sell. And that's fine, but I don't see why Blizzard all of a sudden has to charge you $2 a crate. I don't understand, especially when it's a limited time offer. There's a lot more cons to this than pros in my opinion, and I don't know. I didn't think that would happen with Blizzard. Everything so far has been free. But I could just be overreacting. I might just be feeling a little bit too much for the gamers out there that probably this is affecting greatly because they can't afford to do it. Who knows? Maybe this will come out and they won't make it random anymore. They'll make it to where every time you buy a crate, everything in there is going to be different for the next time. So all you got to do is just keep buying crates. You'll never get a repeat item. You'll never get anything like that. Maybe it'll be hero specific. So if you just want 5 different hero special skins, all you got to do is choose those heroes' actual crates. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be sweet. That'd be cool. I can see that. And Blizzard just make a little bit of money. That's fine. But I guess until I actually look at this, just the thought of it really bugs me. And honestly, I don't like paying more money within a game once I bought the game. And I think that really comes from the fact that I've been playing games since I was fairly young. And if you bought a game on the PlayStation and you bought it full price, you took it home, every feature they made for that game, unless it was region locked, you know, something silly like that, but every feature that game took advantage of, once you bought that disc, it was on the disc. It was just up to you to unlock it, doing whatever you had to do. Excuse me, sorry. Whether it be completing the game a certain amount of times, completing the game with this character, completing the game on that difficulty, completing the game doing this, grabbing that. No matter what it was, you could unlock this stuff within the game, and I really, really like that, because that means I'm going to buy your game, I'm going to play it a lot, I'm going to tell everyone about it, hopefully they're going to buy it, they're going to play it a lot, hopefully once a lot of people bought it, you're going to get okayed and green light for a sequel, we're all going to go out and get it again, and the cycle is just going to keep restarting, and hopefully you can find a way to make this game within budget. Now that's a lot easier said than done now in this market, especially with everyone wanting AAA games, because they have these big, huge monster consoles now hooked up to their TV that's really pushing what PCs were doing a few years ago. And that's all fine and great, but I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't feel responsible for funding you once I buy your game, because I already gave you money. And yeah, there's some stuff that I have paid for, and there's some stuff I will continue to pay for. And if I feel like it's justifiable, I'll get it. And with this, I feel like it's somewhat justifiable, but not justifiable for everyone, and that's what bugs me. When something feels like it's not justifiable for everyone, that bugs me. And with a game like Overwatch, where everything was promised to be free, and everything has been free until now, I don't really enjoy that. I don't like that. You know, and it's like I said, some of us can afford that, you know? When it comes out, $2 a crate, I haven't played it yet, so I can't put this in stone, but my thought right now is I'm not going to go crazy for skins on Overwatch once I get my console and I get my game. That's more than likely going to change within 5 minutes of opening up my first crate. I'm sure those crates are cracked. But looking at it from right now, I don't feel like I really need to give Blizzard $2 for every crate that I want to open. And like I said, I could just be taking this so far out of proportion that it's just lunacy of me to continue speaking. But that's in my opinion, and that's what I want to share with you today. And honestly, if you think I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. If you think I'm right, tell me in the comments. If you have a different opinion on it, throw it in the comments. If you don't want to throw it in the comments, but you want to take it to Twitter, where we could possibly have more people speaking and we can have more freedom of what to say, or whatever reason you'd rather put it on Twitter, I have no clue. Put it on Twitter. I am at PooPooDooku, all lowercase, one word. Come hit me up. I love talking to people on Twitter so much. Do not think I will not respond to you, or think that your comment is lame or whatever. I want you to talk to me, and I want to talk to you, because I love talking games, and I love talking anything else I'm passionate about, and I will let you know that every time I put out one of these videos, because it's absolutely true. But that's enough for this video. We're going on 20 minutes now with 2 topics. Oh my gosh. Yeah, guys, unless you want hour-long feeds, an actual newscast, I guess, for me just sitting here in front of my posters and stuff, I think we're probably going to have to keep this to about 2 or 3 topics. I'm really going to have to mellow down on my opinions. But, hey, if you want long videos, let me know. I have no problem with that. I can talk for hours in front of this camera, especially if I have the motivation to know that you guys are really jumping in the conversations and throwing in your 2 cents, and I can throw in my 2 cents, and you can throw in your 2 cents, and we just make a great melting pot. It's like my friend used to always tell me when we were hungry, we need to make some bone stew. And I'm going to tell you what bone stew is. What you do is you take your leftover ham bone from the ham you ate the night before. You throw it in a pot. You sit in your front yard. You got a pot in the front yard, and you got your bone in there. Someone walks up, they say, "Hey, what are you making?" You say, "I'm making bone stew. You want to contribute?" And they say, "Yeah," and they throw in some carrots. Someone else comes up and they throw in some meat. Someone else comes up and they throw in some broccoli. Someone else comes up and they say, "Hey, what are you making?" "Making bone stew." And they say, "Well, all you got is food in there. You ain't got no water, no broth." "Well, throw some in. Let's have some." They throw some in. Then someone comes up and they say, "What are you making?" "Making bone stew." "Well, it's just everything's getting soggy. There's no heat." "Well, go get some wood." Go get some wood. Someone else comes up. They have fire, and it keeps going and going and going until eventually you go from having basically nothing to a really diverse excuse me, and delicious stew. And that's what I hope we can do with these videos. After every video, after I get done talking about my topics, I would love to make some bone stew with everyone on the topics that I just spoke about, or even topics that are just off the wall, have nothing to do with the video. Because hey, I started with a bone, you brought some carrots, he brought some fire, the other guy brought some beer. It just kept growing and going different. But that's my 2 cents on the feed today. Thank you for watching, and you've just been fed.